to another RSR. Tonight, I am recapping the quarterfinals and predicting the semifinals of the 2023 Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. Reacciones de la Quartos de Final, predictions de las semifinales de la Liga de Campeones de CONCACAF de Scotiabank 2023. Here we go. Starting with the quarterfinal results. Quarterfinal 1, in order of when they were played. Quarterfinal 1, Violet AC 2, Club Leon 6. I got this one right. Leon did exactly what they needed to do in this tie. They played it hard. They played it well. They dominated. They didn't give no quarter to Violet. Violet did give them a scare in that second leg, but it just wasn't meant to be for the Cinderellas. Violet, Leon do the job. I got that one right. Not surprising, but there you go. Quarterfinal 3, LAFC 6, Vancouver Whitecaps FC 0. LAFC beat up Vancouver worse than I thought. I thought LAFC were going to dominantly win. I just didn't think that it was going to be 6-0. That it was going to be a slapping of that variety. 3-0 in both legs. Denny Bwanga with a hat trick. Carlos Vela with a brace. Kwadwo Opoku scores one. And I think it was Duenas. Cifuentes scored in that second leg. Yeah. Tight games, no? No, they weren't. LAFC dominated, got that one right as well. Not really surprised, but I'm kind of surprised. Quarterfinal 4, Atlas FC 2, Philadelphia Union 3. Philadelphia Union won the first leg at home 1-0. Drew 2-2, went through with the 2 away goals. They were on the precipice for a while of maybe screwing it up. But the referee gave Carranza his 2 goals at Jalisco. Atlas, in that pressure cooker, they fell apart down in Jalisco, and Philly kept their nerve, and that's why Philadelphia won. They kept their nerve. It wasn't easy. They were the favorites going in my book, and I thought they would do pretty well, actually, but it was a lot harder than I expected it to be for Philadelphia, I gotta admit. They definitely made it hard on themselves, but if they wake up during the tie against LAFC, it doesn't really matter, doesn't it? 3-0 on my predictions. Got that one right. 3-0 so far on the quarterfinals. Pretty good. Quarterfinal 2, finally. Tigres, UANL 6, FC Motagua 0. 1-0 down in Honduras, 5-0 at Volcan. One under Ruiz, the other under Siboldi. And right now, as it looks, early returns say Siboldi is actually going to do good at Tigres, but it's early returns. They actually have to play some league matches, play the tie against Leon. But Tigres did what they were supposed to do at home. They did. That away leg definitely made it a bit tighter going in, but in the end, Tigres just shrugged them off, knocked out another Cinderella, or another one of the Cinderellas. Motagua sort of fell apart. They went out with a whimper, honestly, and that's kind of sad, honestly, especially that second half. But I was right about that. 4-0 on my predictions, 4 out of 4, no question. That was an absolute great call from me on the quarterfinals. Now, on to the semifinals. Semifinal predictions. Semifinal 1, Tigres UANL from Mexico versus Club Leon of Mexico. Semifinal 1, I got Tigres. An all-Mexican semifinal for the Mexican team. Mexican representative to the CCL final this year. For a second straight year, Mexico versus MLS, USA. But Tigres, for me, is the one who's going to go to the final. I think Tigres are the better team of the two. I think Tigres, if they play like they did against Motagua under Siboldi regularly, there are things that look like that wasn't just a one night, they were playing a Honduran team thing. It looked like that would be a bit sustainable. I'm not saying 5-0 every night, but they looked like their older selves, especially in that second half. If they could keep on doing that, they look like classic Tigres under Tuca. They really do. So for now, I think Tigres are the favorite against León. I think León are where they should be. I don't think they failed this year. I think they're right where they need to be. I think it helps they got those 2 cupcakes, tin cans. I mean, they got 2 tin cans in Tauro and Violette, but hey, a semifinal's a semifinal. Now, I guarantee you that León fans, once they lose, if they do, they'll be like, yeah, we had 2 tin cans and then we played a real team. But it is a semifinals. The first they've ever went in Champions League. It's pretty good for León. It's not completely embarrassing to lose to Tigres, especially in the semifinal. It's not really. Could it be? Maybe. But I don't think it is. But yeah, I think Tigres are just the better team right now. As of now, they're the better team. And I think they were going into it even before they got Siboldi. But as of now, I think Siboldi might just be rehabilitating his image in Liga MX as of now. Semifinal 2, Philadelphia Union of the USA versus LAFC. First leg in Subaru Park. Second leg at BMO Stadium, Bank of California Stadium. I got LAFC. I got LAFC beating Philly. I know Philly could wake up in this tie. I know that they could look better than they have for the past weeks because it's an MLS Cup rematch. And I think it'll be a tight tie. I don't think it's going to be LAFC rolling them like they have Alajuelense and Vancouver. I don't think so. I think it'll be within a goal or 2 on either side. I think LAFC will not meet their match, but they will meet a very equal side. Because Philadelphia is going to want revenge. LAFC has been a buzzsaw. I'd say it's going to be a goal or 2 that decides the semifinal. And I think it really hurts Philly that they didn't get that winning goal down in Jalisco. Because if they had the second leg at Subaru Park, it'd be a lot more likely that Philadelphia could pull the upset. But as of now, I think the first leg being at Subaru Park, I don't know. I don't think that helps Philly. I think that just hurts them. I think the second leg being at LAFC would really hurt Philly in this tie. I think it does. I think they had to have the home leg second if they really wanted any chance more than a slight chance. They could prove me wrong. I have no idea. But I think LAFC are a buzzsaw right now. They get the second leg at home. Yeah, they didn't play well against Alajuelense. They sort of were lackadaisical against Vancouver, but they still got the job done. Maybe I'm overrating that home field advantage a bit, but I just don't see it. I think Philly really needed that second leg at home, and they didn't get that third goal up a man, and that's the problem. Because that 3 points would have given them the catbird seat and home advantage for this second leg of this semifinal. They didn't get it. Is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Because of that loss at home to Alajuelense, yeah, Philly would have won. They would have had 10 points. LA would have had 9, but sometimes things don't go your way. Maybe Philly could build out of it, but I think LAFC have just been way too good this season. Like, the only time they looked like they were vulnerable was that loss to LAFC. Not lost to LAFC, but lost to Alajuelense at home. And the time Portland almost came back on LAFC in LAFC's first game of the season. Because of that, right, because of the first game being postponed. So the first El Tráfico of the year is not really supposed to be the first El Tráfico of the year. Yeah, Rose Bowl didn't work out. So the predicted Champions League final in my book will be Tigres UANL of Mexico versus LAFC of the USA. We'll get a Mexican versus USA final, Liga MX versus USA MLS final again for the second straight year, and will MLS come out on top again? I'd say they're the favorites. It's a lot closer if it's Philly Tigres or Philly León. But if it's LAFC Tigres or LAFC León, yeah, I'd say LAFC are the favorites. But it'll be interesting to see. But we're so close to the end of this tournament and the final tournament with its current 16-team Champions League format. 6 more games left in this tournament, 2 per semifinal, so that's 4, and then 2 for the final, 6. It'll be over before you know it. Next thing you know. With that being said, I got Tigres and LAFC in the final, and it should be a good final 6 games of Champions League this year, I will say. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats to the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, I will be predicting the 2023 Canadian Championship, the 2023 Voyageurs Cup, because the preliminary round starts on Tuesday, and we will cover that Montreal-Vaughan Azzurri game. If Montreal loses, I'll laugh my ass off. If they win, well, we know who plays Toronto, and we get a 4-1 derby in the quarterfinals at BMO Field, and 2 straight games against Montreal. So, that'll be kind of fun, right? But we'll predict the Canadian Championship tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed the El Trafico stream as well. See you tomorrow. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace.